Well, Joan inspired this poem and maybe wrote it through my unconscious. I don't know. So this is for her. And we were in Paris last summer, July, and she's been encouraging me to write a poem about Paris, being in Paris, but I haven't. I think I'm going to, but I haven't yet. And, sometimes it takes a while. So, but anyway, this is based on some of our discussions on that topic. Frank almost writes his first poem about Paris. Please, Frank, nearly every poem you write has a concrete floor in it, Jane says, after Frank reads her his new poem about a machine shop with a concrete floor in it. You've got to write about something else, Frank, something not so arduous. Write about our trip last summer to Paris. We saw the Eiffel Tower and original Van Goghs and Cézannes and Notre Dame and boated down the Seine and saw a surrealistic statue of Rimbaud, James Joyce's original manuscript of Ulysses at Shakespeare and Company, and visited Jim Morrison's grave. Why don't you write about Paris? Something romantic. But that's such a cliche. Everyone who goes to Paris sees Notre Dame and the Louvre and Eiffel Tower and takes boat rides down the Seine and sees Morrison's grave and writes about it. If readers want romance, they can read Madame Bovary. Let them read Les Miserables. No one's ever written about greasy shop rags or piles of metal chips on a concrete machine shop floor the way I have. Did Flaubert or Hugo or Baudelaire write about a machinist spitting a sunflower seed over the top of an engine lathe? Or riveting a world-class asshole plaque to the inside of his toolbox lid? Frank takes a big chug out of his bottle of beer and sticks out his chest like Ernest Hemingway. Writers should write what they know, what they live, not cliches of boating down the Seine, ogling art and an Eiffel Tower. Frank... Excuse me when I mangle French a little bit. Frank smiles a self-satisfied smile until he sees Jane glaring up at him from her chair like she always does when it's obvious he's full of crap. And Frank sips more beer and remembers their sunset walk alongside the Seine, their fondant au chocolat and champagne at the Sidewalk Cafe in sight of the Eiffel Tower. The Paris July 8th full moon on his birthday shining into the skylight of their bedroom in their appartement on Rue Beautreillis. After all, Frank does have to admit that it is just possible that for just one poem anyway, to write about lamp-lit, rain-streaked cobblestone streets and the way the summer sun sparkling between Notre Dame's steeples turned Jane's auburn hair to a golden flame could be just a bit more interesting, possibly even more romantic than a sunflower seed spit over the top of an engine lathe onto a concrete floor and a world-class asshole plaque.